for the green. We did it. Swan. We did it. You're watching Hurley Films.
Hey, what do you got over here?
A pile of wood.
What's this thing on the ground?
Our house. Our house.
Your clubhouse?
Uh-huh.
Looks pretty cool in there. Who built that?
Daddy! You! Well, we had the idea, but Daddy helped us build it.
That's right. You guys started it.
Yeah, by getting this big piece of wood flipped over.
Be very careful. See, there's nails right there. Be very careful. Probably shouldn't let them play in the trash pile. But they're doing pretty good right now. I see a long 2x4 I need to dig out of there.
Wait, look. Guess what?
What?
When I was earlier, when I was over there, I slipped and a rock cut my hand.
Oh yeah, I'll have to show them your battle wound later. Did you freak out? Not bad?
No.
What about you, Joe? Did you freak out? Joe was trying to give Hurley gummy worms to keep him calm. What do we have here? How do you feel? Like you look?
Yes.
Poor Casey's, she's hurting. I'm hurting too. I'm pretty sure I have a rib out of place in my back. It's hard to breathe and I know what it feels like. So what we're doing now is we've got this, I've got these holes cut out and I didn't show that on camera because it's just cutting through sheetrock. And then I kind of framed in the top and the bottom and the sides with some scrap wood. And then you see the first piece right here of our faux shiplap. And this is not gonna be a full-on tutorial video. This is gonna be more like just for entertainment purposes. But this is 5mm plywood, 5mm plywood from Lowe's, or Home Depot has it too. Any of the box stores has it. It's cheap. It's about 15 bucks a sheet. And so this is 3 sheets worth down here that's ripped up, and the 7 1/4, which shiplap comes in 2 sizes. It comes in 5 1/2 and 7 1/4. So we're gonna do 7 1/4. Now this is gonna go up this wall, and then right below the fireplace will be brick pavers. But up the wall to the top is gonna be this faux shiplap. And once it's painted, it will look like real shiplap with the gaps in it from the tongue and grease or the overlap stuff. So they call it shiplap, because it laps. But let's get the camera set up here and I'll do a little time lapse and show you guys what it looks like to get it done. Well, what's up everybody? This is Adam, and who's with me today?
Me and Hurley and Josie.
Yeah, and we're sitting out here at the farmhouse, or taking a break from working on the house to try to get a video out so you guys can see some of the progress that's been happening. We're not gonna lie, we're pretty far behind on getting these videos out to you guys, but I'm gonna do my best over the next few weeks of Christmas to basically put together some compilation videos so I can try to catch everybody up on where we're actually at on the house, because we're a little bit behind. Hey Joe, you wanna say anything? What do you wanna say?
I don't want to say anything.
No cheese today?
Yes, cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there it is. The poor man's shiplap. Hurley did all of it.
Yeah.
Did you do all of it? So as you can see, it's just nailed to the wall and there's a little gap, but when it's all painted, you'll never see the difference. So now we need to make the boxes for these niches and do all the trim on it. And we also need to do the trim on these doors right here, which is gonna be interesting because we're gonna have to, this one's gonna be a lot more complicated. As you can see, we've got gaps and gaps and gaps. all the gaps. And then Casey's got to figure out what she wants to do for this back window because she's changed it 5 times.
No, every single kitchen window has trim around it.
So this is the last window, and we've done kind of a craftsman style trim on all the windows. And oh my gosh. Check this out. We having some trouble? Oh boy. Huh? Bang, bang, bang. Okay, see this little ring right here?
Yeah.
Pull down.
You just twist?
No, pull down. You try it. I'll hold this. All right, now I'm gonna get our nail gun. And we also used MDF instead of real wood because it was significantly cheaper. Right now, the cost of wood is out of this world expensive. And again, if it looks straight, it is. Knock one in there. And we'll knock one in here. Come to this side. Here, come down. Let me move our ladder. Move it over here. This side down, it's ugly. Okay. That side. Look at this side. Good. Can you get me untwisted down there? What a mess it is. Okay. Well, now I want to end down here. Make sure the line's straight. Boom. We'll have to notch around these with stuff. Here we go. Casey's on the saw now, and she's out there having a good time on the saw. So I got to cut her again. So the 1x2s, which are somewhere around here, the 1x2s hang off an extra 3/4 of an inch on both sides to match the stool that's at the bottom. This stool will not be made of wood. It'll be made of the same material that our countertops will be. So either quartz or granite or whatever she chooses. Give it back to her, please.
She didn't have it, it was sitting in the chair.
That we'll need to cut as well. But I don't think we have any, so we're gonna have to make some.
That was silly, I saw you.
Wait, see if I got my 3/8. That's the hardest one yet.
All right, we'll measure it. You gotta take measure.
I'll go get it.
Okay, it's right here.
I can measure it, I can do it. I know how.
Moment of truth. 78 and almost 3/8, but that'll work. 78 and 5/16, but that'll work.
All right.
That's close. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are out of 1x2s, like I said, so we're making some here on the table saw. Got a piece that was to width that we just matched up with our fence. And we need a couple more. MDF is dusty.
Oh yeah. Woo.
Harley, is your finger in the way?
What?
Is your finger in the way?
Hold on. No.
All right, so now I got our 1x2s. The other day it was so windy that it was just blowing the dust away, and now there's no wind today. So let's get these cut to length and move on. Okay, again, like I was saying, we don't have we don't have enough, so we're having to kind of scrape together here at the end, which is fine. So we hang this over the edge, about like that. There. We got it splitting a little bit, because that's not the best way to hit these 1x2s in, but we are at a point now, and that will cover up with spackle.
Do you need to add anything else right now while you're doing that?
Right now,
Let me do the apron.
this on here now, we won't be able to do it
Hold still.
once we're up top. Okay.
Here.
Keep it soda. Let's move it.
So much dust. Lots of things have been done today. I'm finishing up the trim on this last door over here, and then I've only got one more door to do after that. And then tomorrow, got a few more things, and then we'll be done for the weekend. But here's where we're at. This door was about as crooked as any. I literally had to scribe all of these jams here, like these extensions for the jams. You don't know what scribing means. It means you literally put the board in place, and then you take a pencil and you run it down the wall line. So it makes it to where the board, one of the boards actually went like almost a full curve in both directions. So, craziness. I've got a couple more things. I want to get this door done. So let me set up a time lapse if the light will let it work on this door. And then we'll call it a day, and then we'll be back out here for the last day of the weekend, and we'll get that stuff finished up. So Hurley, what is something that you're hoping to get for Christmas this year? Maybe like
drone.
A drone?
I really want a drone.
That's a first one. I have not heard that. I thought you said you wanted like a motorcycle or something.
I want a motorcycle and a drone.
And a drone, so you can have the drone fly and hit you while you're riding the motorcycle? Okay, I got the last of the trim done, I think, except for right here in the bathroom. And that's because I need to get this tub surround in here first in order to get that in here. So with that being said, let's get this tub surround in here and see if we can't get it installed. This actual bathroom tub surround is from Home Depot. It's called a Nextile, Nextile Boots, BOOTZ system. And what's cool about this is it's just a 4-piece install, and you can install it directly onto the studs. My problem is that I installed the sheetrock before I installed the bathtub, which made this way harder than it should have been. So if you're going to use this kind, understand that it is really easy to use and worth the money, but don't do it with the drywall there because it just makes it so much harder. But the cool thing about it is that little niche that's in the center, it goes from wall to wall, and if you want to, you can just use some regular adhesive and glue in some tile to actually kind of give it an accentuated niche, I guess. What do you think about that, Hurley?
I have no idea what you're talking about, so maybe, yeah.
Well, I got one panel in. The other panels are very difficult to get in, especially with the sheetrock already in. And I hope that this piece of trim right here is not going to cause a problem. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take it out in order to get the tub surround installed as well. So Doing things out of order never works out right. But don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna call it for this day. We gotta get back into the city, and my mom's birthday party's tonight. So happy birthday, Mom. Okay, we got Tank and Hurley, and what are we gonna do? This is a competition for what?
Try to eat an olive.
Try to eat an olive, a black olive. All right, we'll see who can get it down. Ready, set, go.
You like it?
Yeah.
Don't like it? No, don't gag. Don't gag.
He did it! Oh! Okay, so it's been a few days. Back out here. I need to get this bathtub surround finished up. It is raining like crazy. Like raining so much that the pond might fill up kind of rain. I'm gonna have to remove more sheetrock to be able to get this in. This is one of those areas that, looking back on it now, I should have just told them to not do any sheetrock in this area because probably would have been done by now. But having to cut it out, and I'm trying to kind of skimp it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with some of that PVC trim, and I'll do PVC trim around the top edges so it looks nice and it doesn't, you know, wood or MDF or anything else will just rot. So I'm going to use that plastic stuff, and it looks fine, and it paints well and everything else. So
can we turn it up?
Can you turn it up? Well, it's hard to. We can't turn it up while we're recording a voiceover because then we'll hear the sound of the video.
Instead of us talking.
Yeah, instead of us talking.
Okay.
Okay. What are we talking about? Here's the other complication. I had to get this because this is not quite wide enough. We need to sister on this 2x4. But looks like we are going manual on the old board hanging here. So I hope you guys are all doing really well. Let us know down in the comment section how you're doing, what's going on in your life, and if you like this video, give us, what should they give us, Hurley?
A like.
Give us a thumbs up. What if they don't like the video? What should they do?
A thumbs down.
A thumbs down? Because why? It's a free country, right?
Yeah, and also you should like this video, so please give us a thumbs up instead of a thumbs down.
And all that other fun stuff. Subscribe and hit the bell. And yeah, we'll have a bunch of more videos coming soon. Okay, here's where things start to get kind of difficult. So we got to knock out holes in this panel for both the tub spout and for the controller. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from where this butts up. So there's this little edge, and it butts up against this edge here, and I'm going to figure out how far those are, and then we will drill holes. And the good thing is that with these we've got a little bit of leeway, so it doesn't have to be 100% totally perfect, especially the controller is going to have a big plate over it, so it can be a much bigger hole. But down here we want to be as close as we can and accurate as we can be, and I think we can do that. So we got, from that lip, it's 13 inches in and 3 3¾ off of the bottom of the tub. So let's come off the bottom of the tub, come up 3 3/4, which is almost right on that first seam. That'll come in 13 inches right there. Okay. Now all we need to do is drill a hole and hope it's right. Well, let's measure the controller first here too. All right, there's the controller. And there is the tub spout. Okay, now we will switch off. We'll switch off this 2-inch and put on, let's say a 3.5. Not looking forward to dry fitting this one, but you know what's better than dry fitting it? Not dry fitting it and then realizing you made a huge mistake. So let's get this thing in place somehow. I have to think about this. So remember that time I told you that there was going to be a surprise of some kind? Well, I am thrilled to announce that the new windows finally came in 8 weeks later. Oh, what a wait. And I'll tell you this much, I did not volunteer to get them myself this time. I paid the delivery guy because, you know what, I learned my lesson. But we've got this sash here, right here, that will replace this one. And 4 windows to replace the 4 windows up front that don't match. And then another sash over here to replace this one, because this one's all kinds of broken. So we'll need to get those out and these new ones put in. That weather strip back in there, okay? But yeah, look at that. Window sash replacement. So let's get back to this problem. Not a problem, let's get back to this installation. Finish it out because we don't have power to do anything else. And we'll make it happen. So when you heard me in this video referring to not having any power, at this point, we had a power outage in our entire neighborhood, essentially out here. And when I say neighborhood, I mean, it's like most of the county was without power. And we didn't have power for almost 2 weeks. It was pretty crazy. So when I came out here to work, I didn't have anything to charge batteries with or anything to do anything. It was just what I had. And so we kind of made it work. That's why I had to hit those nails in with just a normal hammer, because we didn't have any power to power an air compressor to run a nail gun. Now, when you put in this bathtub surround, keep in mind that no walls are ever straight, ever. So when you put it in, there might be some situations where you have to kind of use a persuasion of some kind, maybe like a hammer, to get it in. But it went without a hitch. We got the bathtub put in, had the sheetrock put back into where it was beforehand, and then it was, you know, it's all covered up by trim now, so you can't even tell. But it looks good, and Hurley did a good job. Okay, it's installed. I mean, it wasn't really a how-to video. It wasn't intended to be. It's all of this house building stuff is very entertainment purposes only. It's not perfect, but it's within 1/16 of an inch close. Like you can see, these grout lines don't exactly line up completely perfectly, but the intended goal of this shower is the reason we didn't just tile this in the first place, which is what we were planning to do. One, we just need to save a little bit of money right now. And 2, this is for the children. And the children, this has got a 15-year warranty. So if I can get 15 years out of this before I can remodel this with tile that I want, because this bathtub that's in here is a nice Jetta bathtub. This bathtub costs 3 times as much as the surround. You can get the surround at Home Depot for about 400 bucks or so. And it's nice. I mean, it's really high quality, heavy duty fiberglass. And this inset piece here, if we wanted to, we could actually put a piece of tile in here. Like we could put a niche tile, that accent tile. So it's called the Next Tile Boots, B-O-O-T-Z. But it's a nice one. It was a little tricky to install if your corners are tight. It is a beast. You saw me messing with it. It was a little bit frustrating. But now all we're gonna do is I'm gonna go get that PVC trim, and we'll put a 1x4 here. We'll put 1x6s all the way around the top. We'll notch for the shower head. And then over here is gonna be a piece of 1x4 that's gonna need to be ripped. That will cover this whole edge, and then we'll also cover this edge of the door trim. At that point, we'll be able to come and actually finish putting in the remainder of the trim for this door. If I don't end up just doing it all out of PVC because it's in the wet environment, and I'll think about that. As far as the other trim goes, we've got all of this cedar that is going to go all up here. So there's a lot of work to do left with the trim. Really not a lot of work. I mean, it's fairly straightforward stuff. It's just the fact that it's up in the air that makes it complicated. And fortunately, we've got 2 scaffolds that should help make quick work of it. I don't know how often you feel like your patience is tested, but my patience with these windows was definitely tested. Patience is something that gets tested a lot, especially when you're building a house. So if you're building a house, just go ahead and prep yourself now for the amount of patience that you're gonna need. Because it requires a lot. So I think this is where we're gonna cut off this video for today, because it's already gotten pretty dang long and we've got a bunch more to get out to you guys. So this is Adam, and I'll see you on the next video. Hurley, you got anything to say?
See you on the next video.
Josie, do you have anything you wanna say?
Bye to Christmas.
Bye to Christmas? Do you mean bye Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.